Starts right now.
Well, we start with a late breaking traffic alert this noon. Take a look at this part of I-35, which is shut down in New Braunfels after a deadly crash. So this is a live look with TransGuide showing the scene along I-35 south near Engle Road. New Braunfels Police Department has not released a lot of information right now, but we do know the crash involved a driver and a pedestrian. So police say traffic is being diverted off the highway at exit 182. Again, this is southbound. Right now, it's not clear how long this part of the highway will be shut down. Well, there was no need for a wake-up call at a local motel. Instead, guests woke up to the sights and sounds of a SWAT standoff at the Motel 6 near I-35 and Rittiman Road. San Antonio police tell us that they were trying to track down a group of people connected to an early morning robbery and an assault. Police say the victim had flagged down an officer there around 4 this morning. SWAT officers ended up firing pepper spray into several rooms, then taking a number of people into custody. They're still trying to sort out which of them may be their suspects. And looking out there with live cam this afternoon, 79 degrees, not too bad. We see some clouds to save the day, but I feel it's a little more humid out there.
It is a little more humid. You likely noticed that if you stepped out early this morning. And because of some of that moisture, that's why we had morning cloud cover in place yet again. But as you just saw with live cam, we're starting to see that blanket of cloud cover break up and scatter out just a little bit more this lunchtime hour. You can see that also on the visible satellite imagery as we take a look down from space. A lot of that starting to break up. More peaks of sunshine returning into this afternoon are going to help temperatures crank back up into the upper 80s. Right now, though, not too bad. 79 degrees here in San Antonio, 76 out east in Gonzales. Already some 80s off to our southwest where the sunshine returned a little bit earlier this morning. 84 in Carrizo Springs as well as Cotulla. 81 the current temperature out west in Del Rio. I do think we will see plenty of sunshine return, especially later on this afternoon. Because of that, a forecast high temperature pointed right around 88 degrees. If you're stepping out for any evening plans, Thursday evening football, low 80s expected by 7 o'clock. We'll start to see those temperatures fall into the 70s after the sun goes down. Unfortunately, these above average temperatures look to continue for the foreseeable future. Upper 80s in the forecast, even to kickstart next week, and also no notable chances for rain, which we desperately need at this point. New drought monitor came in this morning. Drought continues to rapidly expand across south central Texas. We'll show you those changes coming up in just a few, plus get you an early sneak peek at what that Halloween forecast could look like here in San Antonio. Steph.
Thank you, Mia. Well, police arrested a man in connection with the shooting that killed a 4-year-old girl and injured 4 other family members in northeast Bexar County. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office took Isaiah Barales into custody yesterday. Sheriff's Office charged him with capital murder in connection with the 4-year-old's death. Barales was also charged with aggravated assault, mass shooting, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and 2 counts of injury to a child by serious bodily injury. This in connection with the shooting back in May on Windsor Hollow Drive. Sheriff Javier Salazar says there will be other arrests in the case. Well, another big day for early voting. A little over 47,700 Bexar County voters came out to cast a ballot in person yesterday. And that's right about how many people we are seeing on average each day. So if you're looking to avoid a line, well, we have you covered. So take a look at this over here. We put this together and voting averages over the last few days. You can help you compare it. So you can see the blue line on the bottom. The graph shows the average across voting all the centers there. And you can see that Northwest Vista College is the single busiest early voting center. And this is followed by 4 Northside libraries. We have Brook Hollow, Cody, Encino, and Sims. Now remember, you can vote at any of the 51 centers, and there are several spots on the west and south side averaging just a few hundred people a day. So like we have the A&M campus or the Frank Garrett Center. So if you have any questions as you head out to the polls, be sure to check out this story on KSAT.com. We have everything you need to know to get ready for Election Day. Well, it's game day for the San Antonio Spurs, and it could be a tough one for our team. A preview of the matchup this noon. And a lot of people are dealing with medical debt. However, some of those patients shouldn't have to. After the break, why some people are being sent bills that should have been paid off, and what the federal government is doing about it. Well, medical debt is a major issue across the U.S., and many people find themselves paying bills that they shouldn't be paying. Ivan Adetta spoke with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to understand why this is happening. Well, Ivan, how is the CFPB working to protect patients from unfair practices?
Good afternoon, Stephanie. The CFPB reports thousands of complaints each year about medical debt collection, with many of these debts wrongfully charged. But the CFPB is taking steps to help those who need it most. Whether the debt was paid off, should have been covered by insurance, or falls under charity care, some patients are finding themselves hounded by debt collectors.
Many of these complaints are coming from people who don't actually owe the debt, whether it was paid by insurance, by the patients themselves, or whether it should have been paid by financial assistance.
Nonprofit hospitals required by law to offer charity care are not always providing that assistance to low-income patients, leaving them with bills they can't pay. In response, the CFPB has proposed new rules to ban credit reporting for medical debts, a common tactic used by debt collectors to pressure people into paying bills even if they don't owe the money.
We've already seen some action by the National Credit Reporting Agencies to start to take larger debts off of people's credit reports, and that's having a positive impact for people. But our research suggests that we need to go further.
But that's not the only problem. Medical credit cards are often offered as a solution to pay these bills, advertised with zero interest promotions. However, many patients struggle to pay off their balance before the high interest rates kick in, trapping them in more debt.
There's virtually no way for a person to actually pay off what they owe during that zero interest period. And once that period ends, they end up paying much, much higher interest on their medical bills.
The CFPB is trying to make it easier for patients to dispute these debts by taking away the coercive tools debt collectors use. Proving that you don't owe a bill can be an uphill battle, and often patients aren't given the time to sort out these errors.
We're removing the kind of coercive pressure that debt collectors can put on people by threatening to report an unpaid debt to a credit reporting agency. That'll give people a little bit more time.
The CFPB is continuing to work with other government agencies to pressure nonprofit hospitals to better comply with charity care requirements and give patients the assistance they need before their bills go to collections. And patients should ask about charity care options before agreeing to any payment plan or medical credit card. Always check bills for accuracy and don't be afraid to dispute those charges. And for more resources on disputing medical debt, which happens a lot, you can submit those complaints to the CFPB, and you can also head to consumerfinance.gov to submit those complaints. And Stephanie, I actually put out a feeler on Facebook to see how many people are actually struggling with this kind of debt. And a lot of people did chime in and say, I'm having this issue where I paid it or it should have been covered already and I'm still getting bills for this. So yeah, it's not great.
So when you were talking about a new rule kind of banning credit reporting for this kind of debt, that would help a lot of these people.
Yeah, because a lot of these, the debt collectors like to kind of threaten you and say, hey, we're going to put this on your credit report. So that's what the CFPB is trying to stop. So it's a good idea for consumers. Of course, maybe the medical debt collectors might not like it, but the consumers will definitely enjoy something like this. And definitely check out the CFPB website if you are needing to submit a claim or anything like that if you're dealing with this issue.
Yeah, that can be very worrisome.
Yes.
Thank you,
All right,
Ivan.
thank you so much.
Let's look out there with a live cam this afternoon. 79 degrees. Okay, not quite 80, but I know it's going to be pretty hot.
Yes, we're going to get there pretty soon, I would say. In fact, by the top of the 1 p.m. hour, we will likely be in the low 80s because that cloud cover that we saw this morning continues to break up this lunchtime hour. We had a few sprinkles here and there, nothing that really amounted to anything this morning, and we need it. Take a look at the aquifer level for this Thursday. Thankfully, it is up a tenth of a foot, but still well below the average for October. The reading today, 626.2. Do have some good news when it comes to the pollen count. Molds and ragweed both present today, but they are low. We are going to have another full check at that forecast, plus get you a look at the latest drought monitor update after this.
Welcome back to Silver and Black, and in just a few hours, the Spurs will officially kick off their season in Dallas. So last season, the Spurs had the youngest roster in the NBA, but this year the team added a pair of veteran players, that is Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes. Now, last season, Victor Wembanyama was on a minutes restriction. Ahead of tonight's game, Wemby was asked what his expectations are when it comes to playing time this season.
We don't really use the term minutes restriction because we're just pushing my body to its limits. That's what we're doing, but we don't want to cross that limit to avoid injuries. That's it. But this limit is going to increase every month, every year. This is why, but towards the end of last season, I could play more, and over my career is going to be a real something to really keep track of for my progression. And so I'm not going to be playing 48 minutes a game, but if I could, I would want to for sure.
Go Wemby. Well, last season, the Mavericks swept the 4-game regular season series with the Spurs winning by an average of a little over 15 points per game. So this season, the Silver and Black want to change that, and they feel they can with the help of players like Harrison Barnes. So the last 2 seasons when he was with the Kings, he played in starting all 82 regular season games. So is that important to Barnes to do that again?
I think it's important just to be available as many games as possible for your teammates. I think when you're trying to just build something and, just having that consistency, especially in lineups, it's hard in this league. A lot of injuries happen that are, just freak injuries, but then there's some things that, are just management. So I think just trying to be out there as many games as possible to get whatever I can, for the team is important. Try to do 82 again.
Well, per the Spurs injury report, the only player out for this game is Devin Vassell. So tip-off between the Spurs and Mavericks is at 6:30 p.m. from American Airlines Center. The Spurs home opener is on Saturday against the Houston Rockets.
I can't believe that it's already NBA time, too.
Yeah, officially, because it was like preseason, but now it's officially underway.
Like that, plus NFL season, college football season. I mean, this is arguably one of the best times of the year, I would say.
Very busy, but the good thing about the NBA, you can watch those games indoors, like if you're a fan.
No kidding.
Right. So even though they're in Dallas today, those fans will be inside and not in the humidity.
In the AC, enjoying a little bit more cool conditions. Wish that we had rain conditions. At least rain chances in the forecast stuff. Take a look at this. It has been 48 consecutive days without measurable rainfall here in San Antonio. This is the longest stretch of consecutive dry days in the Alamo City since 1996. The record is 63 days. That was set back in 1993. So we continue to tack on to this total, and that is also reflected in the latest drought monitor update. I want to go back in time, though. 6 weeks ago, this was what the drought monitor looked like as of September 10th. The last time we saw measurable rainfall in town was back on September 5th. It wasn't too terribly bad. Now, as I advance this on in time, though, this is the new drought monitor update that we got in this morning. Kind of a flash drought situation. We hear of flash flooding. This is kind of the opposite because we have not seen rain for so long that's really been able to put a dent in any of this prolonged drought. You can see how quickly things have worsened across the area. In fact, as of this morning's update, this red color, that's a pocket of extreme drought that we've been keeping tabs on for the past 4 to 5 weeks. That has now been extended into much of Bexar County, even up into Comal County near New Braunfels, just to the south of San Marcos. Severe drought has now been extended farther off to the south and east as well, near Floresville as well as Pleasanton. And then this tan color that you see that encompasses pretty much everywhere else, that's this moderate drought that is in place. By the way, for Bexar County, it has been over 1,000 days since Bexar County was last considered to be drought-free. We know that it is affecting those in the agricultural business, of course, our area lakes, reservoirs, rivers, also the Edwards Aquifer. Take a look at this. Back on September 8th, the Edwards Aquifer reading was 634.2. On Tuesday, the aquifer dipped down to 625.7. So it was down about 8.5 feet. And this 625.7 actually did tie the lowest aquifer reading that we saw back in August of of 2023. It actually is nearing a 34-year low. Thankfully, it is up a little bit today, and it was yesterday, but we're close to it. So we'll continue to keep you posted on that in the days ahead. I wish that we had better rain chances here in San Antonio. As of right now, a high pressure system off to our west is the name of the game. Very much in control of our weather pattern. That's going to scoot eastward over the next 7 days. We will be monitoring a cool frontal boundary that looks to move into North Texas just ahead of Halloween. As of right now, though, latest indications say that this could potentially stall, though, far up to our northwest, which means that rain chances are looking very minimal into the middle of next week. However, I do want to bring up the latest 8 to 14 day outlook in from the Climate Prediction Center. This for the November 1st through November 7th time frame. It actually suggests that we could start to see better rain chances work into San Antonio, across the state of Texas and the Central Plains, dependent on if we can start to get some cool fronts back into the region. So again, we will continue to keep you posted on those developments over the next several days. But for now, it is just going to be another unseasonably warm afternoon here in San Antonio this Thursday. Here's a look at temperatures right now. Upper 70s in town, 82 in New Braunfels. It's 83 over in Seguin. Check out Bernie, though, still at 72 degrees with some of that cloud cover that they saw this morning. We will continue to see plenty of sunshine into this afternoon. There's that forecast high temperature right around 88. Then if you're stepping out for any evening plans, we'll start to see those thermometers fall into the 80s and eventually into the 70s later on tonight. More of the same in store over the next several days. That 7-day takes you just ahead of Halloween. Steph will get you a Halloween sneak peek preview coming up in the next half hour.
We look forward to that. Thank you, Mia. Well, a pair of mothers who lost their children to fentanyl want to warn other parents. Their message this noon. Well, the Sisters of Charity of the Incarnate Word, who came to San Antonio in 1869, played an integral part in establishing healthcare and higher education here in San Antonio, especially for women, including the UIW campus and Santa Rosa Hospital. Now they need the community's help keeping their historical buildings up to date. So this is why they are hosting a thrift sale today and tomorrow to raise funds for their chapel and the grotto. Sarah Costa spoke with the sisters about why these buildings are so important to the community.
The Chapel of the Incarnate Word, the Lord's Grotto, and Brackenridge Villa, all built over 120 years ago, and were some of the first largest buildings in San Antonio, especially the chapel that was built in 1907.
It's really an icon because I think it was probably I think at one point it was one of the tallest buildings in San Antonio area, because of the tower and the angels on the tower.
Sister Corrine Walsh with the Sisters of Charity of the Incarnate Word explains because of the age of these historical buildings, the sisters are holding a thrift sale Thursday and Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to raise funds to help preserve these sacred buildings.
The Lord's Grotto was built actually before the chapel in 1904, constructed out of limestone cliffs that were ready here on campus, and unfortunately the back of it is starting to crumble.
It's beginning to crack and crumble because of the whatever the situations are, and we're just putting thousands and millions of dollars into correcting whatever is wrong and stabilizing that building and other buildings. And the grotto was built around the same time, and it's beginning to show its age. And so also we need to preserve that for posterity, for history, for San Antonio.
Sister Walsh explains these buildings aren't just historical, but symbols of what the sisters did for the community. Building the first hospital, Christa Santa Rosa, an orphanage, and a university for San Antonio.
The sisters, the Incarnate Word Sisters, as well as many other religious congregations, have contributed so much to the community of San Antonio in health care, education, care of the orphans, and many other different ministries.
To help out, visit the thrift sale at the Christus Heritage Hall, and the sisters are also taking monetary donations. Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Well, hackers may have gotten into election websites in several states. What information they may have been searching for? New recommendations about COVID vaccines and who should be rolling up their sleeves this fall. Details in the next half hour. Well, a string of fentanyl poisonings has law enforcement and devastated community members on high alert. On Monday, 3 teens in Kyle were poisoned by pills laced with fentanyl. 1 died and 2 were hospitalized. Then in a separate case, a 17-year-old in Hays County died Sunday from fentanyl poisoning. All of that a week after a San Antonio man almost died of fentanyl poisoning. Our Courtney Friedman spoke to 2 mothers who lost their kids to fentanyl years ago, and they want parents to know the drugs are still out there.
Have the conversations with your kids. You cannot risk this. It will cost you your life.
Kathy Drago lost her son to fentanyl poisoning over 2 years ago, but every loss she's seen since breaks her heart just as much. Most recently, that panic happened October 12th here in San Antonio.
A dear friend of mine's son was poisoned by fentanyl.
He survived, but barely. Then on Monday in Kyle, outside of Austin, 3 teenagers took these pills that Kyle police say were laced with fentanyl. 1 died and 2 were hospitalized. Police now warning the public about these blue pills with an M on one side and a 30 on the other.
They're calling them Perk 30s. They're supposed to be Percocet. They actually look more like oxycodone.
Christina Villagrana keeps up with these batches to keep the community aware. She also lost her son to fentanyl poisoning a couple years ago.
It's just like a gut punch.
It's cases like these that led Drago and Villagrana to form an advocacy organization. Their life's mission to educate, often with urgency.
To get this out there immediately, because there's obviously a batch out there that is in San Antonio and is also in Kyle and Hays County.
The moms work closely with the DEA and know these poisonings typically come in waves.
We rarely hear of a wave coming through when one person is poisoned. It's typically, at least 5 or more. And the last time this happened, it happened in Austin when we lost 11 people in a matter of 36 hours.
They're taking this information and in age-appropriate presentations, teaching kids the truth.
We're partnering with the DEA tomorrow to go into 8 middle schools.
Middle school's young.
Middle school's really young, but it's a conversation we have to have. We know parents that have lost 14, 15-year-old kids.
They beg parents to have the tough talks with their kids.
I'm trying to save those children. I'm trying to save their lives.
Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
We're looking out there with live cam this afternoon at 79 degrees. We've seen the 70s, the 60s, and 80s on the forecast, but we haven't seen rain.
No, we have not seen much in terms of rain, unfortunately. Again, we had a few sprinkles here and there this morning with some of the cloud cover and even some patchy fog out there as well. I think we'll start to see another round of patchy fog work in first thing tomorrow. But now that we're starting to see that cloud cover break up this afternoon, temperatures are going to work back into the upper 80s here in San Antonio. So here's a look at temperatures right now. Already have some low 80s, especially on the south side of Bexar County, Port SA, Stinson. It's 80 degrees in Poteet, 82 over in Floresville, 83 right now in Seguin, 76 though up in Comfort. The Hill Country is still holding on to the mid 70s this hour. Into this afternoon, we've got a forecast high right around 88. Again, plenty of sunshine taking back over, and then into this evening with clear skies, those temperatures will start to fall into the 70s after the sun goes down. Looking ahead to your Friday, more of the same. We're going to start off in the upper 60s near 70 with that patchy morning fog. But once again, that's going to break up into the afternoon. Plenty of sunshine and a high temperature near 90 degrees, about 10 degrees above average for this time of year. More of the same in store into the upcoming weekend with, again, no rain chances, at least major rain chances in the forecast, just very minimal as we head into the middle of next week. So we'll get you another look at that, plus your Halloween sneak peek preview coming up a little bit later in the show.
Thank you, Mia. Well, the CDC is recommending that people age 65 and older get the second dose of this season's COVID-19 vaccine. So experts say people who are moderately or severely immunocompromised should follow suit. The government agency said at-risk patients should get the second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine 6 months after their first dose. So the recommendation also suggests those who are immunocompromised could get additional doses if recommended by their healthcare provider. Now, the CDC continues to recommend that everyone stay up to date on their COVID-19 vaccines, especially people ages 65 years and older and those with weakened immune systems. The Environmental Protection Agency has issued stricter rules when it comes to lead paint dust in homes and child care facilities. Any level is now considered dangerous according to the EPA. Even low levels of lead exposure can be unsafe, and particularly to children. It can hurt brain development and cause long-term health complications. Even though lead is no longer an ingredient in paints, it is still found in older buildings and older homes. A Colorado man has filed the first lawsuit against McDonald's relating to its E. coli outbreak linked to Quarter Pounders. The outbreak has led to at least 49 illnesses across 10 states, including one death. Now, the man's lawyer says he tested positive for E. coli after a few days of pain and is still recovering. That lawsuit accuses McDonald's of product liability, negligence, and breach of implied warranties. McDonald's has not commented on that lawsuit. The chain's USA president said yesterday it's safe to eat at McDonald's and affected ingredients are probably out of the supply chain at restaurants. Iranian hackers have probed election websites in multiple swing states. That is according to Microsoft. The company released a report saying hackers linked to Iran's government are possibly looking for vulnerabilities that could be used to influence the U.S. presidential election. The activity took place in April, but was just recently discovered by Microsoft analysts. Now, CNN is reporting that sources familiar with the investigation said there is no evidence that the activity has escalated to attempt hacks of those websites, and it does not threaten the integrity of voting. A fun and festive show, perfect for the spooky season. The SA Live team gives us a look at this Rocky Horror Show.
How would you describe this neighborhood?
Historic. Once you start digging into the neighborhood, the history, the people who live here, what makes it special, it's the only way to describe it.
These are generational homes from the grandparents to the parents to the children to the grandchildren.
Since the 1950s.
Yeah, and we don't want to move.
The city has a plan for growth, but hasn't requested input from the residents to find out what, our wants and our needs are.
We're standing together because everybody knows each other here, and we've all grown up together.
We went to high school together, that we all lived in the same neighborhood, and then we all went in the military together.
How do you uproot somebody that's already in their 70s going into their 80s?
Animals can get attacked, other pets can get attacked, and then even worse, people are getting attacked.
We're not going anywhere. If you find out, look at the heart of us, we're all civil activists and civil rights activists in our heart.
Looking forward to that Know My Neighborhood this evening. I know they're going to be live out there. And then they are indoors.
Thank goodness. That was going to be my question, is if they were going to be indoors or outside. Glad that they will be inside in the AC, because it is going to be another unseasonably hot afternoon here in San Antonio and across South Central Texas. This time of year, we also, of course, still keep close eyes on the tropics, specifically when it comes to the Atlantic Basin. Happy to report no tropical cyclone activity expected over the next 7 days. That's the latest in from the National Hurricane Center. We still have plenty to talk about. We'll get you a full look at that forecast coming up right after the break.
Cemeteries can be sad, somber places, but throughout Mexico, they're places of comfort and culture. Panteones, as they're known in Spanish, are important places for families to celebrate their lost loved ones. Each gravesite is an individual expression, holding mementos, personal items, decorations, and gifts to commemorate a life now gone. From large cities to small rural areas, each pantheon may look a little different, but their characteristics are quite similar. The tributes are grand, providing a celebratory spirit to one's final resting place. In the days leading up to Dia de los Muertos, these memorials hold even greater significance as family members gather to welcome the souls of the departed back home. The yearly ritual is more than a celebration of life. It's a celebration of culture, family, and a tradition that continues to live on.
I want to give you a quick look out there at TransGuide. This was a really big problem earlier this morning at I-35 at Engle Road, and you can see things are moving right now, so it looks like they have that crash cleared, moving slowly, but at least they're moving. I mean, that whole highway was shut down. This crash happened about 9:30 this morning, or maybe 9:40 during GMSA at 9, and we showed you that backup, how bad it was. And so this is an improvement, just a little slow going, but at least it's moving.
Yes, trending in the right direction. Wish that our temperatures were trending in the right direction.
I know.
Upper 80s still in store, not just this afternoon, but over the next several days. We still don't have any good, consistent signs, once again, of another noticeable cold front making its way into south central Texas. The one that we were monitoring around Halloween, as of right now, currently looks to stay up to our northwest. But still, there's some time for things to change, so we'll continue to keep you posted on that. Overall, though, if you thought the month of October was warm, you are right. Yes. Take a look at this. If October were to end yesterday, this is as of yesterday, it would have tied 1931 for the hottest October on record in San Antonio. Records go back to the mid-1880s. So yes, unseasonably warm has been the name of the game over the past several weeks. And again, we haven't found any measurable rain either in San Antonio so far for the month of October. And you can see those temperatures are still going to trend above average, upper 80s, even pushing that 90-degree mark, especially by tomorrow and into Saturday. For context, the average high for this time of year is 80 degrees. So that is about 10 degrees above the average. I think we could trim off a few degrees as we head into the middle of next week, but still unseasonably warm with more mid-80s in the forecast. That leads us all the way closer to Halloween next Thursday. Here's a look at some of the Halloween extremes. The warmest Halloween that we've seen, 89 degrees, that was set back in 1997. The coldest, 27 degrees in 1993. And the rainiest is when we saw 1.75 inches of rain in town, set back in the late 1890s. Now, looking ahead to this year's Halloween, as of right now, it's looking mild. Jackets likely not needed. That's a big difference compared to last year. We saw a really strong cold front move in just ahead of Halloween back in 2023. That does not look to be the case this year. And as of right now, things are still looking pretty dry. Right now, we have a 10% chance for a stray shower in the forecast. Coverage is currently looking to be low, but again, we'll keep you posted on any developments when it comes to any potential rain chances late next week. And we've been talking about that cool front. As of right now, it likely stays north of our area, but still something we'll keep close eyes on. In the spirit of things Halloween, take a look at this KSAT Connect photo that was sent in. It is pumpkin carving season. Look at all those jack-o'-lanterns. Steph, you might have to help me out. That one on the far left, is that Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas? It looks fantastic. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for sending in those photos. We would love to see more of them and show them over the next week. In the meantime, here in San Antonio, starting to see this morning's cloud cover and patchy fog break up a little bit more. 79 officially here in San Antonio, but we will quickly see those temperatures rebound into the upper 80s as even more sunshine returns later on today. 86 degrees by 2 o'clock this afternoon, a forecast high right around 88, 83 around 7 p.m., then temperatures falling into the 70s later on tonight. Here's a look at forecast highs across the region, nearing 90, especially out east, farther off to the south, and even west near the Rio Grande as well. 91 this afternoon in Del Rio, 86 in Kerrville, 89 in New Braunfels, 90 that forecast high in Gonzales. Looking ahead over the next several days, yes, some morning cloud cover and patchy fog again tomorrow, but that will lead way to plenty of afternoon sunshine. High temperatures near 90 degrees, trimming a few degrees off early next week, and just a 10% chance for a stray shower in the forecast by Wednesday. We'll be right back.
Well, quick question. Do you love the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Well, if you do, there's a new way to watch it live at the San Pedro Playhouse this October. So SA Live's Fiona Gorostiza takes us behind the scenes for a freaky sneak peek.
We'll make you shiver with Antissa.
Say it!
Patient. Ooh, yes, yes, we have time warp to the San Pedro Playhouse, where you are going to have a frightfully fun time at the Rocky Horror Show. And joining me right now is Lee Marshall, who plays Frankenfurter. And you have been playing this character in the stockings, in the high heels, for 40-ish years here in San Antonio?
40 years, exactly.
Okay, so do you have a favorite line or scene?
Okay, I love the time warp. I think everyone loves the time warp. That's one of the moments in the show where everyone jumps up.
Oh, yeah.
They let loose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing about the show is it can be different every night for both the audience and the actors, right?
Absolutely. Every night's different.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
because you don't know what the audience is going to do.
Right, because it's so interactive.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Cause I've seen blue skies through the tears in my eyes.
Well, director Jimmy Moore joins me now, and for those who may not know, tell us a little bit about the story.
Rocky Horror is a blast. It's the story of Brad and Janet, who have one incredible night in the creepy, debaucherous lair of the famous Dr. Frankenfurter, and it changes them forever, right? We get to see them have all sorts of wacky, crazy experiences, and at the end, we get to sort of say, hey, is this gonna work out for y'all? Or maybe not. You'll have to tune in to see. But yeah.
And this is so cool for a lot of folks because it is a cult classic. I mean, it goes back so many years and people have so many memories of the show. What can the audience expect from this stage performance?
Oh my gosh, the audience can expect everything that they know and love about Rocky Horror, but the best thing about our show is it's kind of a cross-section between the movie and a big Broadway musical. So if you loved it in the film, you're gonna see it here on stage, but bigger and, dare I say, better than ever before. You're gonna love what you see. The performances are amazing. Our ensemble is really great. We've got terrific dancers, fantastic vocalists. I think you can expect to have a really good time at Rocky Horror.
So, no doubt, playing this character takes a lot of energy.
It does.
How do you keep that energy up, performance after performance, decade after decade?
You know, it's hard. However, it's hard before the show starts. Once that show starts, the audience gets you going.
Right.
And I mean, I'm blessed with this production. It's a big production. It'll probably be the biggest anybody sees of this production. And the cast is top notch. And also, I have to say, we have late night shows, which is really fun because we do an earlier show. By the second show, we are raring and ready to go. And so is the new audience that's walking in because they know. They know. Usually people who come to Rocky Horror for late night shows, they know they're in for a treat.
It's like the Vegas late night shows, the 2-drink minimum.
Yes, 2 stocking minimum.
Yes, 2 stocking
There we
minimum.
are.
The audience really is another character in Rocky Horror. So if you're out there and you know those callbacks, you want to be a part of this, make sure to get your tickets and join us. We are running until Halloween, and on Halloween night, we have a very special big Halloween performance that includes a costume contest and all sorts of goodies. You can buy a gift bag, you can get your newspapers and your rubber gloves and all the props and things to really participate. It's really fun.
And for the parents, there's a parents' night out?
We do. We have a parents' night out, and we can get more information about that on our website, so please visit that.
It's just a jump to the left. And then a step to the right. Let's do the time warp again. Go, yeah.
Good job, Fiona. Well, this story originally aired on SA Live, and remember, they are now in their new time slots, which is weekday mornings at 10 a.m. right after GMSA at 9, right here on KSAT 12. And you can always catch on the latest from SA Live online. You can just scan the QR code right here at the bottom of your screen. We'll be right back. Well, it is almost Halloween. We can't believe it. Already next week, right? We're getting into the spirit on KSAT.com, but we need your help. So these are some of the Halloween pictures that we get from viewers that we got last year, and it's time for more. So we want to see your carved pumpkins and your Halloween decor. You can just scan that QR code on your screen and submit them through KSAT Connect, and we may show them on the air. It's always fun to see the pictures.
It is. People get so creative with it. I think, you know, painting pumpkins has also become a thing too. Yes. Like some people choose to carve them, some people choose to paint them, and I just love seeing where their creative mind takes them. It's quite fascinating. So yes, we love to see those pictures on KSAT Connect. Right now we're in the 80s across the board, except up in the hill country. Bernie and Kerrville still in the 70s as we get ready to kick off this 1 p.m. hour. Plenty more sunshine in store this afternoon. High temperatures headed for the upper 80s in San Antonio, with more of the same in store, not just tomorrow, but into the weekend as well. Maybe a few very minimal isolated chances for rain by the middle of next week. We'll continue to keep you posted on that in the days ahead.
All right, well, we hope those isolated chances of rain work out then.
We sure do.
Fingers crossed. Well, thanks for joining us. Have a good day.